Good morning. I'm currently in St. John's. It is just about 8 o'clock. I already got my coffee. Yesterday I didn't record much. I was going through some personal issues. Even though I didn't record, I went downtown to 3 different pubs, met a bunch of locals, and the biggest thing of all, got screeched in. That is so exciting. That is exactly what I wanted to do while I was here. You have to say a saying, kiss a codfish, and then take a shot of screech, which is Newfoundland rum. Horrible rum. The cod I thought would be frozen was pretty thaw. Thaw? Is that even the right word? Well, it wasn't frozen. And the saying took so long to learn, especially after having enough drinks. I'm gonna stay in St. John's, just check out some of the sites around here, and probably stay in town for one more night before going up north again. I'm in Kitty Vitty Village and it is so cute. It's very small, but there's some homes, there's some places where they can take you cod fishing, and then there's a bunch of food trucks here. There's a hike that goes to the top of that hill, so I think I'm gonna do that now so I can get the other view. I made it to the top of the hike, and honestly, I just left the Grossmore National Park where there was hikes everywhere, and this 0.5 kilometer trail was the hardest thing I've done yet on this trip. Makes sense, it only took me 3 minutes to get this high above the entire town, but I am wiped. I've been sitting here for a minute even. I did bring a snack, so snack break. I managed to find another chocolate croissant from Timmy's. This one's a little mangled, but I don't doubt it'll be just as good as every other chocolate croissant at Timmy's. Just as good. I'm currently at Fort Amherst, and there should be a nice walk around the edge of the mountain, so I'm gonna try to do that, but I'm tired today. I was already wrong. There are no stairs. I think the stairs are on the other side of the water. I'll get there eventually. I'm currently at Middle Cove Beach, and it is beautiful. Good morning. I am currently in St. John's. I spent all day in St. John's yesterday. I went to the Kitty Vitty Village, Signal Hill, the Cape Spear Lighthouse, also Middle Cove Beach. I didn't record much, but I'm gonna try to keep recording the rest of the trip. I still have a week left of this trip, which is a very long time. I am very run down. I feel like I can't catch up on sleep. I'm gonna try to do that tonight. I'm only driving 4 hours today, checking out a couple sites, and then I think I'm just gonna relax and try and build myself up. I can feel my throat hurting, so I'm scared that I'm gonna get sick. That's kind of why I wanna relax. The worst thing would be getting sick out here and not being able to do the rest of the trip. I guess now I am just going to start driving, headed towards Brigus and then Bonavista. I decided to take a stop at the Brigus Tunnel. It's just 20 kilometers off the main highway. It's a tunnel that goes straight to the lake, which overlooks the mountains. Kind of cute, very short walk, quick stop here, and then I will keep going north. It echoes like crazy in here. Oh, hey. This is such a picturesque spot. You do anything here. What a perfect day! I made it to the Dungeon Provincial Park. It's right on the ocean, and there's this big cave. It was created from the ocean coming in two separate spots and then making such a big hole that the ground completely collapsed around it. It used to be shaped like a heart, but over time the ocean changes the way the land looks, so it doesn't really look like a heart. You can kind of see the heart shape there, and then down to a point and back up. This park allows wildlife to just live here openly. So there's a bunch of horses. Look at those. I'm at the Cape Shore Trail. It's a 3-kilometer hike that follows the ocean. Along the way, I should be able to see puffins and then potentially seals and whales. I stopped for lunch. I got Subway, got steak, bacon, and cheese. I can't wait. I'm so hungry. The Subway was in a gas station, so there's literally no places to sit, so I am currently sitting in my trunk. Look at this baby. This is probably the best sub I've ever had in my life. I'm currently hiking the Klondike Trail looking for the Spillers Cove stacks, and most notably the Chimney, which is the most photographed stack in the area. I'm not exactly sure if I'm headed the right way, but I guess we will see. I found it! Yes! That peak is the head of the chimney. There she is, the chimney stack. I just saw my first ever puffin flyby. I don't know where I went, I lost it, but I know it's on the island. There it is, right there. That is a puffin. Oh my god, yay! It was really hard to see where I am, so I'm trying to run around to the other points so I can get a better look at those puffins. There's not just one, there's a whole bunch of them on the island. I can't wait. I was gonna stay in Bonavista, but I decided to drive an extra 2 or 3 hours to Gander, where I'll be staying the night. Gander is a special town that I wanted to visit because, as most probably know, it is where all the Newfoundlanders took in the American pilots that couldn't land after 9/11. I'm currently at the National Historic Site. There's also a site with a bunch of the planes. Check this out. There are multiple statues here. Cute trees and benches. Besides just hanging out here for a little bit, I'm gonna go get dinner at Jungle Jim's, which I've seen around multiple towns now. It's only in the East Coast, so I gotta try it while I'm here. I did decide to come to the Aviation Museum, but the museum itself is closed, so it's just outside checking out the planes. Take a look. Look at the sky. It goes all the way around. Good morning. I am currently on Glassy Beach. I drove about 2.5 hours from Gander to come see this little section. The whole beach is glass and it's very quiet. It was like a 1-2 minute walk through the forest to get here, but beautiful views, beautiful and very peaceful morning. There's not one bit of sand. It's a private lake. Beautiful. I'm not staying here for too long. The next plan is to go to the Alexander Murray hiking trail. Online it says it's closed. I'm really hoping it's not. If it is closed, it's not the end of the world, but it is a hike with 2,200 stairs and a 1,100 foot elevation climb. So I'm really excited to do that. I think that's really gonna push myself today, but I haven't hiked in a little bit. Yesterday wasn't much of a hike, so it'll be nice to kind of get out there and get moving again today. The water is chilly for it being a small lake. Holy moly. There's a lot of things that wash up on shore. A little statue there. There's a nail there. Regardless though, look at these colors. It's a whole lock screen in itself, basically. I made it to the Alexander Murray hiking trail. It took me a while to find the spot. Every single map I used on my phone brought me to a different direction, and I finally was about to give up when I saw a sign leaving the town. So I'm here now. They gave me a map to a bunch of different places to check out. I might see some grouse on this trail apparently. It should take about 3 hours to do. They have you check in and out at the front of the hike with the timestamp, just so that they make sure everybody gets back safe, which is quite comforting. They also offer walking sticks if you want. I think it's just harder to carry something heavy, especially carrying my hiking bag already. I feel pretty comfortable on this trail. There's a bunch of stairs. It's all a boarded path, so it's not like I'm trekking through the forest in the middle of nowhere. It's so funny, I just said I'm not hiking in the middle of the forest, and then the trail turned to this. Hopefully it doesn't last like this for too long. Not exactly sure what this is, but that's terrifying. I'm not going to lie, I am not loving this trail. There's been a couple weird things that are throwing me off. Definitely worried about animals. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I have no service. I've got my knife in my hand. At least it's ready to go. I keep stopping and taking a couple minutes to recoup myself before I decide whether I keep going or give up. And I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way up the mountain. I'm currently thinking I'll get to the point where it splits off, and then I'll make my decision from there depending on how I'm feeling once I get there. Regardless though, it's still like a 2-hour hike just to do that, so it'll still take me about an hour to get back out. Once I do get there, there are also people in front of me a couple minutes, but I was hoping to catch up to them, and because I've stopped now, they're definitely long gone. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna lie, I'm absolutely scared shitless out here. I've seen so much moose poo. I haven't seen tracks, but there's a lot of game trails. This area is called the Moose Barrens. It's all open everywhere. Finally. It's definitely nicer when you can see what's around you, because before the bushes were so big, I couldn't see anything. Oh, fuck. It's a tiring trail, but I'm scared too, which definitely doesn't help. Hopefully I can catch up to those people. Where it splits off, I don't know if you can see, but way at the top side of that mountain over there, that's the stairs I'll be taking. And then way at the peak up there, there's a little viewing site. It looks a lot better. It looks like there's less forest to go through. So I'm thinking I will still try to do it. I've done 2 flights. I've got so many more to go. Oh my God. Beautiful views. I'm sure you can hear that I'm wiped. I'm already not a stair person. This is like the freaking death of me. Worth it for the view, so. Still not the summit, but wow. I am wiped. You can really feel the elevation change as you go. Still going up. I think I'm done with the stairs now. Surprised. Did it in an hour. I'm just leaving the summit now, and I'm going to finish the entire loop. Apparently it is a little bit shorter of a hike if you go up the one side and back down that side, but since I made it all the way to the top, I might as well continue all the way around and see everything that this trail has to offer. Rosells Falls. Yes. Amazing. This side of the trail brings you way further away from the parking lot, and then you have to go all the way back around. It's supposed to be an easier trail, but it is a longer trail. Definitely starting to feel a little bit better. There's people in front of me, there's a person behind me. Still a lot of moose droppings, a lot of animal tracks and game trails, but I don't mind it being open because I can see more. I didn't take a video at the summit because there was another lady hiking, and I don't want to be here intruding on anyone else's peace. I don't want to disturb people's hikes filming, so I try to film the view and I try to film when I'm not around people because I feel like the constant commentary can get quite annoying. I'm at the Gull Brook Falls, which you can see right behind me. I still got a very, very long way to go. The town is so puny in the distance. It's a great hike and it is a perfect day. It is hot. It is a UV of 5. It is Newfoundland summer. As the Newfies say, they don't know when summer will come, but they hope it lands on a weekend. Today is that day. Unfortunately, it's Monday, so it is not a weekend. Most people are working, but I'm lucky enough to be on vacation and to experience this weather while I'm here. So crazy that I was all the way at that peak like 5-10 minutes ago. It's insane how much distance you can cover in such a short amount of time. I just saw fresh moose tracks, so I'm gonna check with my binoculars and see if I can find a moose. I really hope I don't find a moose. I'm very surprised I haven't seen any moose in the area. See that scraped off tree? That's moose. It's from its antlers, and those are huge antlers. Finally at the bottom, signing out. I am going to be so sunburnt by the end of this. Apparently the couple that was 5 minutes ahead of me saw a moose, so I wasn't crazy thinking they were there. I am back in Grossmorn, but I'm not staying. I'm just driving through to go north, but I'm so happy to be back here. It's crazy how much attachment you can have to a certain location, and being back here makes me so happy, especially with the weather being way better now than it was last week. The place looks totally different when it's sunny. Last week there's a lot of clouds, a lot of fog, and it was hard to see the full extent of all the mountains, and now I get to see everything. So I'm really glad that I decided to come back twice. Anyway, I am heading north. I'm going to Arches Provincial Park, and then I'm going to Choix. I'm currently at the Arches Provincial Park. This is my view. I'm currently under the caves. The sun is shining off the water so strong there, it's hard to focus. It's a big, big rock cave created from the ocean, as it always is here. Really cool location, but it is so windy and it is so cold. I was just in a top of a short it still feels like the middle of the day, which is pretty cool. As you can tell, I am currently setting up my car to go to bed. It is now 8 o'clock. I normally don't go to bed this early, but no restaurants are open. There's only one grocery store that closes at 6 p.m. There are no gas stations, and I haven't even seen somebody walking outside. Currently, the winds are 60 kilometers an hour, making it feel like 2 degrees outside. This is the first really big reality check for me. I'm north, very far north of home, and you can really tell. It's kind of like barren land. Things are pretty flat here. There's not much vegetation, basically no people, and it's very hard to get any of the services that you need. Definitely not really facing that very well, especially knowing that I'm going even further north for the next 2 or 3 days before I head back down into Nova Scotia and home. But yeah, it's definitely interesting, very different. Can't say like it's not interesting here. I have seen 2 foxes, no caribou. I really wanted to see caribou. That's literally about it. But like, it's good to see. It's just like not that exciting to be in, and I'm also really hungry and I can't get food. I have a couple snacks, so I'm just gonna eat those and try to go to bed super early so that I can kind of wake up and get moving and get food early in the morning tomorrow. Other than that, I've got nothing to say. So good night.